noisy walking beside the road to do this. Today is a cool day. So as of today, I am 10,000 days old, which is kind of cool, if a bit old, but hey, 10K. It's also a cool day because I just finished my first day at school. I quit full-time work, which I'd been doing for 3 years in a company I've been at for 8 years, because I am making opportunities for myself. I'm studying a diploma of applied fashion and merchandising, so legitimizing my sewing understanding I've had for like 10 years into actual functional sewing and design. We're gonna see where that goes, I guess. Today was day one. The campus is really lovely. There's a cafeteria, which is nice, because I forgot to bring lunch, and I think that's normal for people to bring lunch. The fashion building is like really new. It's like just made last year. So it has all these gorgeous like industrial machines I have no idea how to use, like fabric printers, like printing the actual pattern on the fabric. But I had 3 classes today, so partly blogging this so I can remember what I learned. We did textiles. I think that was with Jennifer. Let's check my notebook. Jennifer. So in textiles we talked about fabric types, fibers, the process of fibers to yarn to fabric, whether or not a fabric is woven or what was the other one? The thing with wool, when you like weave it. Woven or weaved are different things, and I keep mixing them up. But a woven fabric typically won't have stretch. It's like laid over in a grid over top of each other. Whereas like a weave, wait, is that the other one? Woven and, fuck, I have to check my notes again. Knit, oh my God, okay. It's woven and knit, God. Knits are like, the yarn is laid in a different way. So like you can have the same material, so like cotton, right? You could have a cotton weave or a cotton knit, and they'll behave differently. Like cotton is an organic material. There's also like regenerated materials, so offcuts from the organic industry can have chemicals applied to them to create a new fabric. Rayon is an example of that. Bamboo stuff is a regenerated material because it's like chemicals applied to create the fabric, to create the fiber and the yarn and the fabric. Man-made fabrics, like all your acetates and elastanes and anything made out of chemicals and plastic. So those typically have a lower sustainability level, a higher fossil fuel count. But there's other things to consider with sustainability in fabrics. Water usage, land usage, human labor, all sorts of things. Cool, because most of us introduced each other to the class. Class is like 20, which is nice and small. Various age groups, backgrounds, representations, which is really nice to see actually. I had 2 other classes today. One was design, and the other was CAD, C-A-D. In design, the teacher's name, I check my book again, Marg. Our assessment will be done like in class, like it'll end up being a portfolio of exercises done in class. So we're going to talk about line, like form, function, how you draw the eye in a design, shape, so flat 2D stuff, form, so 3D stuff, shadow and light, rendering, patterns, like the actual like colors of stuff in terms of pattern, texture, the physical 3D-ness of a fabric that makes patterns, color theory, terminology, which is going to be great because I hate terminology and glossaries, and then just general principles of design steps and like the workflow. Understanding like the elements of design, So if you understand the elements of a design, you can then create, analyze, and appreciate the design that you're looking at. So lines will have, line is one of the elements, right? So the other things I mentioned, line is one of the elements. Lines have width, length, direction. They'll also have like focus, like the quality of the line, and feeling. Like if it's like jaggy or loopy, that creates like a mood. So lines will give implied form. In garments, there's both a structural line, so like the actual, like the line of a jacket collar, or where you hem something, or where a panel will split, that will create a line. Or it could be decorative, like trims and overlays, the actual physical pattern on the fabric. I would hate to get hit on both my first day of school and my 10,000th day birthday. I've got to do a drawing that uses line, so visual line effects, to elongate the body. Because like where you place lines will change the flow of like your eye and how it follows the design. So if you wanted to elongate the body, for example, you would like have line forms that follow along the length of the body or the length of the limbs. You wouldn't use big cut off areas. You wouldn't use like broken lines. And then the other task is draw another design. It's inspired by line in another image. So like the example they gave was like a photo of like cowrie shells, and they have like those little stripy lines on them. So the design had like the ripple effect on the edge of the shell as like a collar line. It had beading lines hanging on the tassels, which represents the lines along the cowrie shell, and then the color was cowrie shell color. I did a bunch of designs in class, but I kind of got a bit carried away, so I have to commit to one and like render it properly and submit that. Okay, and the last class was CAD. So this is like technical drawings, trade drawings or working drawings, etc. The working drawing would be the design that you flush out that will imply like mood and flow and like the pattern and of the fabrics and stuff. Whereas a trade drawing is like the actual like properly illustrated, measured, flat illustration that you would give to like machinists. Oh, sorry, okay, I'm walking up a hill back. So hopefully this class will help me learn to draw a bit better. Fuck, I'm so unfit. Hopefully I get more fit walking up this hill every day. But we're gonna look at flares, pleats, gathers, sleeves and collars, do like working drawings of those every week. So that's one assessment. And then a trade drawing of like a couple of designs, so like proper technical specified sheet trade drawings. Oh my god, so fluffy. Today was flares. So I drew flared skirts, flared pants, and again I've got to commit and render them properly and then submit that. Like it's not like they check the submissions every week. You have like a date weeks later that they should all be ready by. But I want to get my homework done. Oh, that's weird with the mouth. So I have a little bit of homework. There's some supplies I need, like a big A3 folder, to fit all my paperwork and designs and drawings and everything. But yeah, I want to keep all on top of it, so I'm good at school and I don't fail and I don't hate my life. But I think it was a good first day, and the other kids, they weren't mean, so that's good. But yeah, I'll try and do like a vlog so I can remember what I'm learning, and yay, big change. Hopefully for the best, but I'll do my best. And yeah, happy 10,000th birthday day to me! Haha! Just finished day 2 of school. Finished early. We got our stuff done sooner than expected. So today was one class for the whole day. Construction, essentially. So like how to actually use a sewing machine. They've got these big industrial sewing machines, Juki brand, which they're slightly intimidating because you like put the slightest bit of pressure on their pedals and they just go. They're fast as hell and they take a bit of work to like thread up and stuff, but they're cool. Definitely let it get away from me a little bit. We kind of just followed like tracing patterns to learn control. And then we had a little bit of a go of the overlockers. So I haven't actually used an overlocker before, which is also a scary machine because it has a knife. But I really like how it just kind of cuts off the threads at the end. So yeah, day 2 was a bit short, but I got a lot of practice with the sewing machine. And tomorrow is going to be pattern making, so we'll update then. Bye. So just finished day 3 at school. Today was pattern making. Wow, why are my eyes so dark? Jeez. Like the whole day is pattern making. It's a shorter day though, like it's 3 o'clock now. So the rest of the day is supposed to be like independent learning, so you can like do assignments or catch up on things or whatever. But I don't have any. There's some things I can do. I think I'll try and do more line drawings from the design class the other day, because I think that's my weakest area right now is actually drawing stuff, like shadows and shading and things. Today's class was with Robin. She's been teaching for like 30 years doing pattern making and stuff. We got given a specification sheet, so it's the trade drawing after a designer has done their design. They've like drawn up the technical drawing to make the specification sheet. So it's like actually measured out and stuff with the details of hems and seams and things. And then we'll take our measurements from our models. We're just using standard Australian size 10, which when I looked at today, I'm like, oof, I'm apparently a 10. So I've been wrong about my size of forever, which explains a lot of things, but look, we're learning. So it's gonna make everything to size 10, which is apparently some sort of industry standard. Surely the average person is not size 10. I thought the average was like 14 or something. So we took our measurements from our model, which is average size 10. Crossing road. Gee, it looks like it's about to storm. So I'm kind of hurrying a bit. Yesterday's video was kind of short, mostly because I was approaching a bunch of high schoolers on the street. Now I'm just hurrying so I don't get rained on. But also there's less to talk about today. So after taking our measurements, our specification sheet indicated that we should have 1 centimeter seams. So we used a bunch of maths and brown paper to sketch up our patterns, indicating things like notches for where seams line up, the grain of the fabric. I'll post the pictures later. But we did an 8 gore, so 8 panel skirt, the standard 18 centimeter zip. Oh my god, the wind.